What's up, gang? You already know who I am and what I do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with this video. I don't want to be too serious, but if I'm gonna take your time, I might as well do something with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, I guess. Roll the cameras, I guess. When I started making this video, I was reflecting on what my entire senior year looked like, but it really just turned into what my high school career has been like. I feel like I've just become the person I've wanted to be since freshman year. I've made the impact I've wanted to make, and I've done the things I've wanted to do. Anyways, after looking at all the photos and videos, I just thought of a couple of words that really sum up what I've learned from high school, and I came up with persistent, accountable, but most importantly, adaptable. You've probably heard me say that a lot. Like, I was yapping about it at our senior seminar video. But honestly, that's just because it's such a pinnacle word in my vernacular at this point in my life. I've always been asked so many different questions related to that I always answer with the word adaptable. Like, what's the most important skill somebody should have, or what's a really good skill a leader should have? And I always come back to adaptability. That's really just because adaptability is so important, at least just to me. Like, you can link adaptability to so many other skills, such as communication or networking, adapting to the situation you're in. I think that's really important, so that's just why I think adaptability is one of the most important things to have. In fact, I've had to face a lot of situations where I've had to use adaptability. Like, for example, so you already know I'm in the N4C SGA. So back in November, we had our executive board meetings. Sometimes we'll have them in person, sometimes they'll be online. And so we're going to Raleigh. It's a 3-hour drive from there. You probably already know that. So a 6-hour drive total on just one random Saturday. And so we're going on our way to Raleigh, and we have to get there early because the meeting starts at 10. And so, you know, that's no fun. Who wants to get to Raleigh at 10 a.m. for a meeting? I do. Alexis does. Amara not necessarily, but she still tagged along. So we enjoyed it. We made it. The meeting went well. And we get lunch after. It's a 4-hour meeting. Not very short, but... So the meeting ends. We're going to get lunch. It's so fun. I love the executive board. I get to meet some people I never thought I'd be talking to and just network with them. It's honestly so much fun. So we're eating lunch, and it's at this little dive bar in Raleigh, and so they also have this like arcade area in the lunchroom, and so I'm like, they got foosball. I want to play some foosball. But so I'm playing foosball, and I look in the window, and I'm like, our president, vice president, and the advisory council is all outside, and I was like, that's weird. That's not normal. That's not normal at all. So I was like, what's going on? But I just kind of brushed it off. And so then when they came back, we were informed that our president had resigned. And that really just threw the entire organization upside down. Because we need a president. We need somebody to run everything. So usually, and in this case, the vice president takes the president role. So I was secretary of the organization at that time. So the vice president role opened up, and we didn't have a vice president. And the vice president is incredibly important to the board. If we don't have a vice president, we don't have a conference, and it becomes a whole thing. So we had to fill that role really quickly, and so applications for that role opened up. And in that moment, I remember thinking, well, who's going to take that role? And so usually in the chain of the command, secretary comes after vice president. So I was like, oh, naturally I'll do that. But it wasn't only just that chain of command that really pushed me to become the vice president. It was just taking the opportunity and adapting to the situation for the betterment of the group. That was the main reason I wanted to take the role. That, and I knew I could do a great job with it, but that was one of those situations where I feel like adaptability was so pinnacle to my life, and if I wasn't able to showcase that adaptability, then I wouldn't be where I am today, obviously. But that was just one of those examples, and there's another story. We were on our way back, so again, 3-hour trip. 6 hours of driving is not easy on a little Honda Odyssey tank. So we're running low on gas, so we stop at this little Sheetz on the way home, and we're pulling in. There's a bunch of people here. I go inside to get a slushie. Alexis is going in to get some snacks, and it's a bathroom break. Miss Megan's getting the gas, and Amara's sitting in the back reading her book. And so I buy my slushie. I look outside. Autumn was outside for some reason. She needed to grab her chips or something. So I look outside, and I see the car's like lights flashing, and Autumn just standing outside the car. And I'm like, what's going on? So I go outside. the horn is blaring. And I'm like, what's going on? So I walk up to the car, exhibit A.
But she's going to get her. She's going to.
That happened. And I'm sure I've told so many people this story with the video. Sorry, Amara. But so that happened. I was like, what is going on? So Autumn has to run inside and grab Miss Megan. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, what's going on? So I filmed that video because not my best moment, but it's one of those examples where you can learn. So what I really took from that story was Amara and Autumn really showcasing that adaptability. Like when that happened, Amara didn't just sit there and just get embarrassed. Like, granted, she ran to the back of the car, but she told us, like, go get Miss Megan, go fix this problem. And Autumn went to go fix the problem. There wasn't much I could do in that situation. Not my brightest moment, and I know it's probably not a good idea sharing it to the world, but you gotta learn from it. So all in all, if I could go back in time and just tell my freshman year self one thing, it would just be to learn how to be adaptable. You can learn so many different skills like communication and networking, but are they really helpful if you can't use them? Like, can you use communication if you can't adapt to what communication somebody else has? Like, I know it sounds like it can be like you're taking the back seat to somebody else, but sometimes you have to do that, and that's adaptability in and of itself. Adapting to somebody else's communication style, adapting to the environment you're in, or just adapting to just jumping into something. It really can just mean so many different things, and just taking that one word and using it the way you want to. For me, adaptability can be going into some random networking dinner I don't want to go into, and then I make a connection that I didn't think I'd have. For other people, it could be adapting to a really bad situation that they're in. Like, they mess something up and they don't want to fix it, but they know they have to. Something like that. It's different for everybody. So just use that one word to your advantage to get the things that you want in life. That's just one of the things I think is so important about adaptability. And we're graduating, so there's going to be a lot of things we have to adapt to in the future. So, and we're almost there. And so the people graduating this year, I'm going to miss y'all, but it's been a long run and it's honestly been so much fun. But if you had to take one thing and remember it from me, I would just tell you to remember to be adaptable. Love yourself, do your work, mind your business, and be adaptable. Peace out, gang. Hope that was inspirational and helpful. Have a good day.